Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll start the session in a few more minutes. If your friends are not at join, please tell them join. So because we are going to discuss today about the project overview. Okay. In the last session, we have seen that about phase 1, right? So we'll see in the phase 2. So just let them join. Okay. If anyone is missing, tell them to join. Okay. Hope I'm clear. Just make sure that we'll start the session in a few minutes. Okay. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Just let me know. Let me share my screen. Today we'll discuss about the project things. So as we discussed in the last sessions about the project, right? The first phase. So we'll discuss about the remaining phases in this session. Hello guys, am I audible? Just let me know. Well or not. Guys, I hope the screen is visible. Is that the screen is visible, guys? Just let me know. So in the last session, we discussed about these different phases, right? So we discussed about the different phases of the project. So in this session, we'll go through the remaining phase two. In the last phase, we discussed the project development process as a design thinking solution, right? So design thinking solution had different things that we need to follow, 5 things. So we had already discussed about this complete phase one. So what is empathy will do and how the empathy map will affect our project, how we need to plan, and next coming to these examples, all these things we have discussed in the last session, right? So today I'll see that remaining part that from phase two. So phase two, that we are going through the requirement analysis. So we'll see in these different requirements, what are the requirements we have. So coming to the phase two, so we have two things, guys. Okay, while you're working with the projects, so there is a two requirements. One is functional, another one is non-functional. So what is this functional will do? What is a non-functional will do? We'll see this. So the functional requirement is nothing but it is going to be defined what is a product must do. Okay, what's the feature and functions are. Okay, there are the product features or functions developers must implement the enable the users to accomplish this task. Okay, generally the functional requirement describe the system behavior and specific conditions, for example. So what this functional requirement means, the system sends the confirmation. See, the functional requirements is nothing but, for example, you are building a web application or you are working on a GenAI application, okay, on a project. So in that, if you're implementing some functionalities like we already discussed, right? So I'm going through the same example. For example, we are discussing about that hospitalizing, right? So you are working on a hospital problem. So problem statement, you need to resolve that one thing. What you need to resolve? Just you need to fulfill the requirements according to the user. For example, it is a problem statement of a hospitality. So in that, what is the functional requirement where we can consider? So requirements like virtual doctor assistant, or else you can confirm that use other like image generation, like image specification means in image document analysis and reporting. In that way also you can go through it, even you can understand, right? So this is how functional requirements will generally going to work. Functional requirements is nothing but what are the operation, what are the function it is going to perform. So here you can see that the system will send the confirmation mail when the user account is created. Is this a functionality? Yes, right. Because if you create an account, then you are going to get the mail that welcome mail, or else it's going to say you are registered successfully into a website, thank you. In that way they're going to send a confirmation mail, right? So in that way it is going to act like a functional. So here we are going to add the functional requirements. So that is the thing. If you adding any thing, means nothing but one item, like it is buttons, maybe details, requirements. If you enter some information, it will navigate to other page, right? So in that way, it is also a functional requirement, we can say. The system sends the approval request after the user enter the personal information. So this is also one of the functional requirement, right? So this is how the functional requirements will use. The functional requirements can be classified according to a different criteria. For example, we can group them into basic functions as a given features must perform end products. So for a sake of an example, the type of functional requirements, we can see that, guys. Okay. So authentication and authorization level, external interface and transactions. So we can go through it using these functional requirements and reporting and business rules and compliance. So we can go laws and regularization. So these are the different requirements to perform an operation. So authentication, generally you're going to create a login page, right? So how this login page is going to work. So it is based on this authentication. So external interface, so how the user going to log in, all these things, we are not going to show anything code to the user. He's not going to interact with the server, just he's going to interact with the web application. Then background work is made to be take care, right? Transaction processing, reporting, means if there is an issue in the bugs in the application, we need to create a report system, and business rules and compliance of law and regulations we need to follow. So these all are come under the functional requirement, guys. Okay, so you need to make sure that in your web application is that things you are following or not. Okay. So, okay, we understood what is function. What is a functional requirement? The functional requirement is that we generally use for specifications, for required objectives. So in that case, we are going to use functional requirement. Coming to the non-functional requirements, so non-functional requirement is not related to system functionality, rather than just define how the system is going to perform. So we'll just briefly describe the most typical non-functional requirements. Okay, so is that what it directly won't affect to the function, guys. Okay, that is the thing we say it is a non-functional requirements. So we have different things in non-functional requirements. It is a more important than the functional requirement, guys. Okay, usability. So nothing but how you going to say that functionality means you can see that what type of options you have in the web page. You have like login thing. We're going to sign in. We're going to register into any portals, right? So like web pages. So that we called as a functionality. Okay. If that in cases like when you create a number of functionalities, like you have created virtual doctor, you have created like a document analysis. So if I click on the virtual doctor, it will navigate to other page, and there you can perform you can communicate with the doctor, right? So in that area, so we call it as a functional requirement. And coming to the non-functional requirement, that is that it not going to directly affect, like we can say, the background servers and the usability and traffic into the application, right? So that scenario we call it as a non-functional requirement. Okay. And usability, it's defined how difficult to will be user to learn and appropriate system. See, is nothing but so how much easily you will provide the web application. See, if the user going to click on any one functionality, it need to work. So otherwise, if you create in the way that just when the user going to hit on the button, if in case user need to register again, and if we click on register, it will navigate to other page and you say login here. So if it is it that quite easy to manage to the user, it is difficulty, right? So you need to be give the user to with the usability, means that they can with the one click they need to finish the entire process. In that way, you need to prepare your application. Okay, people with a no understanding of French must be able to use the product, right? That is a main motto. If the people is not able to understand the purpose, means like how to use, but they need to understand how to activate the things, right? If for example you build an application for um, what employee portal. Okay, so the employee need to log in, check in daily every day, and he can show, he can see his attendance, and he can see his leaves, all these things he can manage in this portal. And that information also going to be monitored by HRs and the company team, right? So in that scenario, the employee need to able to easily access that. So if the user has faced difficulty while accessing, like if he want to check in, he need to log in 5 times, means is this possible that employee is able to do that? No, right? So when he click on the one button, it need to show the complete entire statistics of that employee of that month, right? So in that way, it need to work. The usability is nothing but how friendly you will design the web page. Okay, so that is the thing going to come under the non-functional. Is the usability you're going to define like any function? No, right? So you can't specify this is a usability, right? Like this, if you ask, or if you click on this is we call usability. Like this, you're going to specify? No, it's not possible, right? Usability is nothing but how friendly you will design the web page, right? So you need on this non-functionality requirement. Okay. Coming to security, right? So if you are working with any of the application, you need to give the most security, right? So if the user gave his personal information, is give the login mail ID information. That mail ID has lot of informations, like his businesses, is going to use some personal data. Everything is going to stored in his drive and all things. If you not going to give the security for his information, he is going to trust you more, right? So make sure that while he is using, you need to specify that if you give any personal information, that is going to be safe with us. We are using this type of securities. Okay, you need to specify, then the user can trust your application. Okay, if there is a one of the big MNC company, you are selling your project, then how you need to specify how you will give the how you will protect our data, means you need to specify how your website will secure our data, means you need to specify the security, right? So it is going to also play the key role in non-functional requirement. Access the permissions of particular system information may only be changed by the system data administrator. So this is a good thing, right? So if what are the information you will edit, that can access by only the administrator, means that if the employee is working, so if we want to change anything, that is need to the access need to given by the HR or management team, right? So this is how the security will play the key role in a application. So in non-functional requirement, one more thing is reliability. So how this reliability will work means, so it's like a software or work without failure for given period. Reliability will decrease because the bugs in the code, hardware failures, problem with the other system common. For example, user going to enter some information, right? So user going to enter some information. So if the user enter the information, uh, he has just disconnected with the internet, or else he has just disconnected with the system crash, or some information he already working with the problem like from past 6 months. So he has complete data in our application, suddenly it has been crashed. So is that will affect his data, means no, you need to roll back where it has been stopped. You need to get back from their step, means every time while he working, it need to be saved, right? So like if you use like Google Docs or Excel sheets from the Google, it's going to access through the online. It is going to be accessed through the online. If it is online, means what happens if we use through the online, means it automatically it will say if you by any cause, if you just go back, means if you close that notepad, means notepad means it's not going to affect your response. So for example, you're working on a format, for example you're working on a document, so you're designing your project document in a Word document, like not in Word, you are using the Google Notes, right? Google Word you are using in an online version. So if you use that, so if just loading the information, suddenly if you disconnect with the internet, or you stop the server, something has happened. So is that information is going to be erased? No, it is already, it is going to saved in a background. So this is scenario is going to happen in reliability. So this is how you need to take care by the reliability. So this is also will play the key role in about this information. And performance. So what this performance will do? So performance is a main thing it will play, right? Performance is a quality attribute that describes the response. Possessiveness means nothing but response of the system is various user interaction with that poor performance leads to negative user experience, right? So if you need to provide the information as much as faster, for example, you just build an application that is taking much time to load information from the server. So it taking much time to load the information from a server. It may be like internet issue, it may be like cloud issue. So there is an issue that if the user just want to enter into a page, but there is an issue to entering. So if you want to enter, it's tracing too much time. It taking to load the information, it's taking too much time, is then the user going to come again? No, right? So that is the thing you need to take care while performing the non-functional requirement about the performance. The user need to load. See here, the front end page load time must be is no more than 2 seconds. the user access the website using the LTE mobile connection. If may use mobile, if may use like a laptop, tab, or else what are the thing he had, desktop, he will going to use what are the thing, your application need to be supported there, right? So that is the thing. So you need to follow while performing, right, guys? So you need to make sure about the things about the performance of your project. Okay, is that clear, guys? Still here, what is the non-functionality? So next, in that non-functional requirements, we have availability. So you need to make sure these are the things. So availability, so this how availability will play the key role means it will guided by the period of that system functionality and the services are available users with the all operations. See here the example they have provided. New model development must impact the front end page and product page and checkout page availability and must take the longer than 1 hour. The rest of the pages may experience the problem. Must be displayed a notification within timer showing the system is going to be again. So while you will use some applications, right, like phone pay and Google Pay, you're going to use, right? So from money transfer, financial things, you're going to use bank applications or normal for other applications. So due to some heavy users, it may shows that the server is down or else we are updating, please come back later. So it's going to give that information, right? So in that scenario, so is specifying that information means you need to give the detailed information. Just we are updating, it will take this much time, come back after this much this time. Okay, so then the user will not waste his time. So you need to give the requirement, or else if you are not providing this, you're working yourself means then the user has entered and used your application, he has stuck somewhere. So he will, what he'll see, the support team is burst, right? So in that way you need to be every time available, give availability to the user to get the best results. Okay, and scalability, so it is also play the key role in things. So how this scalability going to work means, so for example, you are running an e-commerce web page. I see you are running an e-commerce website, so there is no rush. Okay, you just use some of the databases, there is no rush into the traffic in your website. So the company has started its sales, like giving a huge discounts due to festival seasons or summer vacations. They are just and they are just introducing into the market. So they announce the huge discounts and offers. So in that scenario, there was going to be a huge traffic to the website. So in that, you need to be get ready to handle that number of huge amount of requests in your website. So you need to handle with it carefully, right? So scalability is nothing but just if there is 1,000 numbers, you are design your website and the database can handle the 1,000 numbers at a time. If there is a huge traffic with the 10,000 numbers, it is quite burden to handle, right? So in that way, if is that thing happen, you need to be ready that it automatically it need to be analyze its space, means like nothing but if you are designed for 1,000, if there is a huge rush, huge traffic into your website, it need to be automatically, it need to be expand to the 10,000, right? So then it can handle easily. When the rush is done, means that people has visited and just ordered something and just they left the site. So it need automatically it need to be shrink, right? So it need to decrease. So this is how the scalability is going to work. When required, it need to add a databases servers to it. When it's not required, it need to be automatically, it need to be adjusted, right? So this is how the scalability going to work, guys. The website traffic limit must be scalable through the support of 200 users, 1,000 users at a time, right? 200,000 users at a time. It need to be handled. So in that way, you need to design your application, guys. Okay. So these are the how the companies will follow, and as well as while working the project, you need to analyze this. Okay. So this is the difference between, guys, functional and non-functional requirements. You can see here the functional requirements. So what this functional requirement will do, it's describe what is the product does, means nothing but, for example, if you put a button, so the button was name was sign in. So what this option button sign in will do, if you give the information, then it will give the an account to you for to access that portal, right? It will allow you to sign in. If you say that it's login button, then if you had an account, you can log in into that web page. So this is the every button is going to have the one functionality. So describe what the product does. And next, end of the result, define the product features. Means it will give the how it is going to work. This functionality will specify. Focus on the user requirement. So if the user want to register, he can register. If user want to log in, he can log in, right? Using different buttons. And capture in use case means it can capture the use case. And there are the mandatory things need to do and usually defined by the user. So these are the how it going to work functional requirements. Whereas non-functional requirement describe the how product work. Just now we created the button of register and sign in. So these non-functional requirement allow the user to understand what is the difference between sign in and login, right? So it need to know. So this is how the non-functional requirement will do and define the product properties and focus on the expectations of what the user is expecting and capture of quality of attributes. Means nothing but it will provide the user expected information only, and there are not mandatory but desirable. Means nothing but it need to follow the some rules and regulations. So how this, I think you understood what is the functional and non-functional requirement is going to work. Okay, this is how the functional and non-functional requirement is going to work. And coming to testing phase, components like API, UI testing, etc. is tested before non-functional testing. So before non-functional is nothing but if you build an application, there is some testers, right, who is going to test your application with the different parameters. So first we'll say they'll check the functional requirements, like they will play complete with your website, like login, register, every button they'll check and they'll play with your functional. After that, they will start playing the non-functional. They will provide, they will give to some websites. It will provide you huge traffic into your website. Then they will check that is that handling or not, is going to perform well or not when you release into the public. So okay, in that way it will perform and it will check you guys. Okay, so you will get the complete information about website how it is going to work. Okay, and next usually and the performance and usability, security testing and tested and after functional testing. Okay, usability, so these are the different types of functional and non-functional requirement, guys. Okay, so you while performing, you need to list the functional requirements. So what are the listing functional requirements? Requirements are usually written in text, especially for agile-driven projects, or they may be also be visualized, or also most common format and documentation. So while working these functional requirements, you need to note down complete functional requirements in a notebook or text format, right? So then you need to mark that is that done or not, right? Use case and use case diagram, user stories, and work breakdown structure, functional decomposition, prototypes, software requirements, specific documents. So in that way, you need to specify while working. So you so this is how the functional requirement going to work, guys. Okay. So you need to list out first. So what are the things you are doing? So you can do with the flow chart, like you can draw the how you're going to. you need to break down first what the step you need to take and what the steps you need to finish. Okay, so after that you need to go through the text format. Like this you can draw with n number of things, like you can go through with this point wise, or you can use case examples. Like this you can to-do list, you need to maintain to-do list and you need to finish the functional requirements. Okay. Next, data flow diagram. So we'll go through this data flow diagram. This is another phase of phase 2 only, that data flow diagrams. So how these data flow diagrams will generally work and what is the use of this. Okay, so using this data flow diagram, so you'll get to know, you'll understand how generally these are going to work. Data flow diagrams is traditional visual representation of information flow within the system. That neat and clear DFD and displays the right amount of system requirements graphically. It shows the data enter and leaves the system. So see, when the user see, you can see here, right? So they're gonna have provided two things. This is a flow chart and this is a data flow diagram. So here what happens, the customer will register here and will process the order and the customer databases, and you will verify the credit card and will pay the things, and just after that you'll ship the order. So this is a process of complete process of ecosystem, right? Means the e-commerce website. When the user will use the e-commerce website, so you'll get to know, he will understand that things, right? So you will understand by following this DFD, okay, the data flow diagram. So data flow diagram will help you to how the complete process will happen. Okay, so first, before creating any project, you need to know, visualize the thing, right? So how it is going to work, how this is going to be, we call generally architecture. So this is architecture, how the data will flow, means where it will start and where it will end, what the information we'll share with the user and what information we will have with us, right? So these things we will understand by using the data flow diagrams, guys. Okay. So 4 components of data flow diagram. One is customer. So it will external entity. So represent the human. So for example, if whatever the maybe, whatever the application, there is a user, right? So we call it as a customer. So for example, in our hospitality example, who is a customer? Patient, right? Sometimes may doctor also, like he is going to use our application based on the things, and represent the human and system or subsystems. And it was certain data comes from the and goes to an external system we study and term business process. For these reasons, people use the draw external entity of edges of diagram. So this is the thing, we'll go with the customer. Next, process the order. So this is a business activity function where the manipulation and transformation of the data takes place, and the process can be decomposed of a fine level. So this is a process order, means which thing you need to take first and which thing you need to consider second. Okay. So inventory. So inventory data stores represent the storage of persistent data required and produced by process. Here some examples of data storage: membership form, databases. So inventory, which will, what will this inventory generally will do? It will store the information, right? So the user information, all the things is going to be stored, and some one of the place we call it as an inventory. Next, this is the thing, data flow. So if that array indicates that how the data is flowing, okay, so it indicates that how the data is flowing. So we can go through it, we can see that. Okay? So this is how the data flow DFD going to work, and these customer journey maps will work. We'll see this how the customer journey maps works. Okay, I'll go through it and we'll understand. So this is, guys, you understood till now. So we'll go for the customer journey maps. So this is a customer journey maps will work on the some criteria. So how these customer journey maps will help, so we'll understand. So generally the customer journey maps is nothing but reviews of the customers, right? So we have already shown, I already said that there is a company which has been started with the less profits. We named, we know that one of the famous company, that Airbnb. So what this company did, so when it is was in a losses, means it not getting expected results. So then what they did, CEO did, just he took this personal camera and started capturing images of that hotels, restaurants, everything. And he took that pictures and just updated his system in that system. So and after that he got a best results from the users, right? So this is how we will get the experience, we'll get the things from the customers. So you need to understand the customer stories carefully and you need to follow. For example, customer is expecting something. If you provide another thing, he's going to satisfy, he's going to use your application, never, right? So in that way, you need to design how the customer is expecting. You need to satisfy the customer interest, right? So mapping the customer journey as a host benefits you, such as allowing to optimize the customer onboarding process. So you need to allow the customer to take the things in his hand, right? And benchmarking the customer experience and desire by your customer against the research, okay, receives. Understanding the difference by buyer person and the mover perspective. So you need to understand how the user is expecting, right? So every time if you show that it is quite hard to use that application, then the user may not use, right? So if, for example, he need to update the items, so what are the items he had in his store, it need to update to sell that items, then is that possible that customer is going to be use that? No, right? So it's not possible. So you need to be make sure that the application need to be in friendly format, then the user going to understand this. This is how the customer maps will help. See, here you can go through it. When the application has been registered in the registration process, this is the review we got, right? And the onboarding process, we got this type of thing. In the first session, we got the about this. So this is, you got a lot of information from the user to we can understand. So this is actions the user perform, and touch points we need to update, and customer thoughts we'll get to know, and his feeling and process ownership and opportunities we are giving to them. So this is where if they're using our application, they need to be satisfied. So, right. So this is how this customer journey maps will help us, guys. Okay. So, and the same way the user stories, it will also it will follow the agile workflow. Okay, functional requirements in agile workflow. We'll see this workflow, how it is going to have, and what are the things we need to follow. Okay. So agile methodology, what it will do means the agile workflow series of stages things. So in the industries, how they are getting profits means, so they are following this agile workflow. It will help you to get the complete entire structure information. Okay, while you're using, you will get to know, okay, guys. So innovate collections and epics drive towards the common. So here innovate is that nothing but it is a starting position of your project. For your example, you're starting the innovative. So in that you're going to have the epics. Epics going to have your task. So it is going to break complete. For example, consider this is a project. The 4 people need to work on the project. Okay. So that is innovative will start. Okay. Here the innovative will start. And if you break that, it will, for example, 3 people. Okay. Consider 3 people. So just 3 people need to work on a project. So that innovative starts, and the epic one will consider 1 person. Epic epic 3 will consider other person. And then coming to stories, you that every task is been divided, right? So your large bodies working can be broken down into a number of smaller tasks. We call that the stories, and the user stories and short stories, requirements and request breakdown from the perspective of the engineer. So you can collect the information as the stories, and you can work on it. Each story means like you need to satisfy that. You are working on the story means you need to satisfy the user requirements, right? So the user story is a small unit of work of Agile framework. It's not a feature, but end goal that the user, when you're using software, the user story will convey what the user want to achieve, right? So state in a simple and non-technical way. The Agile project user story is organized in backlog, which is going to order list and products. So if the user is expecting something, see here, as admin, I want to add a description of a product so that users can later view this description and compare the product. So what here seeing, if I'm selling a smartphone, for example, you built a website, guys. Okay, you built a website. I want to sell my smartphone in your website. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just take a pictures of my phone images and just I will upload it. But I can give some description about the product. The product was amazing. It had this type of features, so you can see in the images, and you can see the user perspective. Like this, I can write some description. The user will understand. He'll try to buy. So if I don't have that access, just I have only the access for updating images and just price and these are the things. So if that thing, then the user may not buy them. So if may I can miss some of the orders. So that is the thing. You need to understand the user story. Means user is expecting some description. So you can add that feature in your software, right? So this is how the user stories will help you to do. Why user stories means, yeah, till now we discussed that how the user stories will help. You understand epic, so you want to finish the epic means you need to know the user stories, then only you can finish the one epic by another other epic. Story keeps them focusing on the user to-do list, right? What are the things we need to add? For example, we'll go dump, right? So what I need to add here? So the page looks like empty. So what features I need to add here? So I'm not able to recognize. So in that areas, this to-do list will help you guys. Keep team focused on the tasks that need to check it off. So means you will get the list. So this list of items need to be added in that page. Means for example, consider you are buying a smartphone. What are the list there you can see in their web page? Like you will see the images, you'll see the prices section, and they will see that offer sections, and they'll see replacement section, and you'll see the other recommendation. This is how they are designing complete. When you click on a single product, you'll see it will navigate to the complete that information of that product, as well as it will give the other recommendation of that product, other products also, right? So this is how the software, while he is developing, he need to understand what things he need to add in that page, right? So this is how it is going to work the user stories. Okay. Stories enable collaboration. When the end goal is defined, the team can work on together, decide who best serves. So yeah, while analyzing, you have hundreds of features. You have idea, means in your list there is hundreds of features. Can you add that 100 features in that single web page? It's not possible. So that you can discuss with the team, and which are you need to add here, and remaining you need to navigate, right? So if they click on that, it need to navigate to other page, and there it need can perform. In that way you can do, right? So this is how the story enable collaboration. Story derive the creativity solution, and story create the moment. So story encourages the team to think critical and creatively and about the some solutions key is not possible, right? So if you have thousands of to-do lists, you need to add means which one we need to keep, right? Which one is there? You need some logics and things to get the best output, best results. It need not to look like clumsy. If it is looks clumsy, then user may stuck somewhere and he is not able to use that. Okay, so that thing also you need to take care by the builder. How to create user story then? So for creating a user story, you need to follow the 4 steps. That validate the needs of the user. So go to the user and ask them, so what are the requirements? And create a pic. Means if the user said, I need in this web page complete video of image. Okay, I will add the video to my web page. Okay, next. If I say that I need to know the view of 360 degrees of image. So I need to see that. If you are selling a smartphone, if you are selling a car, then I need to see that complete 3D image of that product. Okay, I'll add that. Like this, you need to create epics. Epics can create some more information. If you want to add 3D image, video, means it will consider all in the one epic, right? Writing using stories, user stories. So you need to note down complete story in a okay. Define the acceptance criteria. You need to define the acceptance criteria. So for the user. So this is how you are going to write the user stories, right, guys? Okay, this is how you need to maintain. And after that, you'll make the sprints, and based on that, you'll finish the each sprint, guys. Okay. A good user story should be depend upon the negotiable and the valuable and estimational and small and testable. So in this, you need to follow these things to get the good best story. Because if you get the user story, you will fill this sheet, and if you fill the sheet, and you will finish the application very well. So user story, what are the things it's going to cover? Invest, complete invest it will cover, and independent means the developer should able to implement the user story in any sequence. So it need a mandatory that they able to the developer need to be know that how you need to handle that story. Okay, negotiable story should be avoid too much detail and kept flexible. So if the user specifying each and everything, I need this, that means if not possible, you need to maintain some things to keep what are the important and what are the not. and valuable user get some value from the story. And estimatable means that a team can use them to plan to project timelines. Means they need to finish in time, they need to finish with the cost cuttings like this. If it is, for example, if you are doing too much things to that web page, it may in the background it will use huge cloud information, and it may the cloud will go the expected price ranges will go high, right? So that is the thing you need to take. And smaller use stories are easier to estimate the larger ones. So what are the smaller stories we need to focus on? And testable, it need to be easy to test when you send from for the testing phase. Okay. So this is how the invest going to work in the phase of user stories, guys. Okay. After performing all the things, you are done with the complete structure. So you are collected, you built, you are done. So and no, sorry, if you are done and you want to work with the things like, so you are just what till now you are just collected the information from the user, right? Till now just you are collected the information from the user. If you are collected the information from the user, so you are just divided into different epics. So you are shared with among your developers, right? So then you need one a branch where you can share that thing. So one epic you're going to work with one person, other epic is going to work with, by the other person. So if you are individually working, then if you want to collaborate and update the final project in one day, it's not possible. So what you need to do, you need to push complete thing into GitHub. So what this Git will do means it will provide the complete online access for you. So anyone can update for any time, anyway. So that if you are using this central server, you will store your project in central server, and developer will add one feature, one epic. Okay, he will task he work with today on one story, then he will update one feature. And other developer he has worked the other story, he will update. So like this will daily will update. Then finally, not difficult to handle the project. So this is how the Git will help you. So, and this version control, what happens, it will give you what time, what you need to do. Okay, it will show that this is a day one. So today you need to add index HTML. In the day three, index HTML, you have the server HTML. And day three, an index server, and you need to add some files to it. So like this will check every day. You need to finish, and you need to add every day. You need to finish the things as soon as possible. Okay, guys. This is how the version will control the system to finish your task in time, guys. Okay. So repository. So repository, how this repository will help you means you will create the complete information. You will go to GitHub and you will create the repository. In that repository, you will store your files. It may be documentation file. It will help you to, someone will want to see your project to get a good ideas. Some developer will check that. So you can add your files, you can add some information, you will add the links. So then user will see, and in this repository, you will add your code. So if the user want to update code, he will update the code. Like this, the developer will update, one developer will change the things, and will finally finish. This repository is act like a server, so where you can access the complete document of the product base, documents, codes, everything is going to access from this repository. Where this repository repo will be means it was in a Git. Okay. So to access the Git, what are the different commands we have means git add, it will add your file, and git commit, it will changes what you till now you did the changes, it is going to be committed. And the push means what are the documents, what are the codes you have, it will push to the GitHub guide. So this is how the Git workflow will go. So these are the three commands is a mandatory while working with the Git. Okay. So this is how the step-by-step will follow the workflow by Git, guys. So working directory. So present you are working somewhere, right? So that working directory will push from the staging area. The staging area you will update, and you will what are the things you have. For example, you added code and your friend added code, other friend has added code. So there after adding you did something, and just you want to say that you are saved into Git local. Okay, Git local means that in your local machine just you committed means you are done. Okay, I have did all the changes. I'm just saving this here. I'm in my local machine. After that, this local machine is going to pushed into Git remote. So from this Git remote, whenever the user want, if developer 1, developer 2, developer 3, developer 4. So n number of people can access and they can update the information. So for that, we are going to use pull operation. Pull will help you to Git pull means will pull the entire information to your staging area, and you can work again and you can commit again. So this is how workflow going to work of the Git, guys. Okay. So this is a complete folder architecture, guys, of the Git. So this is a thing going to happen. First, what the student need to create the folder as per the project phase and upload the files in the respective project folders as per the phase one, and create the assignment folders and the respective subfolders like below. Assignment, the main folder, you're what are the working on, and you're going to have a team one, team two, team three, team four, different teams. In that, you're going to have the project designing phase. So here you need to plan your, in the step two, you need to plan, the team lead will need to create the project design and planning folder to submit the files in the respective folders. The main folder is ideation, project design, and project plan. And the project designing part two, project designing part three. So we need to design where the subfolder, in that folder you need to create this, you need to design, guys. Okay. And finally, we're going to deliver the product. So this is how you need to plan, and you need to follow the step-by-step process while doing the project. Okay. This is the second phase, and there are the remaining phases. We will discuss in the upcoming sessions what are the remaining phases we have. Okay. So this is how you need to work with the different phases, guys. Okay. Okay. So if you have any queries that you can ask, so we'll discuss in this next 1 hour queries. So just till now what we discussed in the sessions. So do you have any queries, guys? A 5 minutes break, and just let me know. We'll discuss the queries now after the break. Okay. And if you want, take the screenshot of this folder. Okay. Step-by-step process folder. Have 5 minutes break. We'll continue, guys. Thank you. Okay. Have a 5 minutes break. We'll continue, guys. Okay. Okay, guys. So mm, if sharing the attendance sheet, guys. Mm, explain which slide. Mm, Yeah, just you need to go to GitHub first, create a file there. Okay, this you'll get to know, guys. Okay, don't worry. So you'll get the credentials of smart interns. Then you will understand. While going through project, you'll get to know. Okay, don't worry. It will start. So assignment means that you're going to have in the portal. Okay, so just they're going to have the start. So you need to hit on that. After that, you need to load up files. So the complete things is going to be done. Just don't worry. You'll need to do something that just while uploading, just go to GitHub and create a repo. In that repo, just upload the document file, upload your project file, upload your complete information. I mean, like what you have, what you did till now, about the project, and that link need to be shared. Okay, this is the process. We'll share the form. Okay, so that phases will continue in the you're going to have in the smart intents. Okay, don't worry about that. Yeah, the team is working on it. Don't worry, you'll get the in this by next week. You'll get the all the credentials. Okay, through the mail. Please check your mails once. And skill build, yeah, complete this assessment, guys. Okay, it's a mandatory thing you need to finish. Just go to skill build, just in IPM course, just create your account, then open this link, then it will open that LLM course and finish. Try to finish the course. Okay. Hmm. Have any questions, queries? 4 members. You want to work? You alone also you can work. Module. I will share that form. Then you need to submit the links, all the things. Okay, correctly link. So yeah, if you have any issues with the lab, please let me know. So what credits you are asking, Tamil? Just I didn't get. So if you're asking about the credits, that please you are not going to get any credits, guys. Okay, you are not going to get any credits. You will get the membership. Means that the credits is not going to activate it. Means in the first you will see 35 credits. No, that will be not upgraded. Just you will get the membership. Means you will get the access for the intermediate and advanced level course. You will get the access the form. Just it will give the invitation. Just accept the invitation and you need to work on the remaining labs. Okay. Yeah, to finish that course. Okay, IBM course. Okay. Yeah, Google credits links. Check that. You are not going to get the credits. You will get the membership access. That you're going to get some invitation link. Accept that, and you can work on intermediate and check once. That is the attendance sheet, guys. Just if you are attending from Google, means YouTube, please fill the form. You need. So why you are using intermediate apps? I have shared no already. Shared said I said don't use that Gemini 2.4 that labs. I said use it. I told you to use that Google Cloud Generative AI Learning Path. That is the intermediate lab. What I'm just showing that follow that labs and finish that labs only. Okay. Not it's not assessment. It's self based. So while you're working self based, please finish that course. Okay. LLM course. You know that you already shared the three course names, right? So if not, I'm just every day I'm just sharing that. If not, please just I'll share it once again. These are the course names. You need to finish in Skill Build, Skill Boost, Google Skill Boost. You'll not get any credits. You'll get the membership thing. You need to work on this remaining two courses. Gemini for Google Cloud Learning Path. Another one is Advanced Generative AI Developers Learning Path. You need to finish. You'll get the membership access, guys. Yes, if you finish all the course, you will get that certified, guys. Okay, you'll get the certification from Google also, as you completed in the internship in the name of that. Okay. So by working individually, everything is going to updated in Smart Interns portal. Then you will get to know. Okay. So which labs are not working? Vertex said so they already while you are logging while you just logging into that labs only they are specified the top. We are just working on the Vertex AI. So if you get any errors, please try again later. They are specified that there are some updating in the Vertex AI. So you'll get that issue. We just do the remaining labs. Try to finish as soon as possible, guys. If you finish in advance, then you can work on. You will get time to work on your project. Okay. Not the thing, just try to finish this one. Okay. Okay. Just delete that workstation and create another one. Okay. So you'll you're going to the option, just delete that and create with the right credentials. Send the screenshot through the mail of Google Cloud, so they'll respond. Okay. It will be till 25th. You need to work and Varma, you need to do again. You need to finish. You need to finish that one, not this one. Okay, intermediate, not you need to finish that one. You can just I said that from last week. I'm just have been saying that the thing you need to work on this intermediate lab, not that one. Just you again you did that. You need to finish this one also. Okay, if you did that, Vama, you need to finish this lab also, intermediate lab also. Okay. Already shared, Vivek. I already said a number of times, try to finish these four courses first. Okay. If you're done, just then let me know. And after that, you need to work on project. Then we'll discuss about certificate. Okay. So by this week, you will get the Smart Interns credentials, guys. By everyone. Okay. Okay. Do one thing that was issue with your lab. Okay. Do one thing. Just that was issue with the from the Google side also. Just mail to the Google. Then it is going to be clear. Yeah, we will be there. I will guide through your projects. Don't worry. Every day you're going to have that session hours to hours. So if there are any issues, you can while working only you can ask here in this sessions. Okay. Mama already said that you need to finish this one. Generative AI labs. Okay, if you're done with the intermediate, go for the advanced. Okay. Just I shared three course no that you need to do. It's a mandatory one. Okay. You'll receive by just don't worry. The team is going to talk with your faculty. Don't worry about that, about certification, that things. The need of the smart intense credentials was, if you're working on the project, everything need to update in that smart intense portal. So that is the thing, you need smart intense credentials. Okay, you will get the project assignment and approvals. Everything is going to done in that smart intense credentials. In that portal only everything is going to happen. Okay. So in the top right corner, you have in that lab. So when you hit on start lab button, no, so there, this is just when you hit on the start lab. So there you'll find the in top right corner a question mark symbol. That is a help center. Okay, just go there. You will find the email help center. So click on that. It will show you that email or Outlook you can use. So what are the mail you have? Just use that mail and just mail them. Okay. So next, completed the beginner and intermediate labs. Yeah, if you what are the mail you got the credentials, just work on that mail. Okay, Lakshmi, just what are the mail you just received the credentials? Just please work on that mail only. So deadline is, there is no deadline. So till end of the internship, you need to finish all the labs. But if you finish as soon as possible, then you can you're going to have the time to work on project. Okay, that is it. So by this week, you will get the credits, guys. Okay, I mean credentials for smart interns. So if that you need not to go with that, just finish the labs as soon as possible. Okay, do you have any queries? So do you have any queries related subject? So you can go through it also. Yes, it's a mandatory. So after getting the credentials, we'll conduct that session of to you will get to know how to use practices and all the things. Okay. WhatsApp number, it's not possible. Sorry for that. If you have any doubts, you can go through the. Yeah, you're going to use AI as artificial intelligence as generative AI. You're going to use, and you'll work on a project, guys. Okay, Akash. FSP, it's not that mandatory. Okay, just enroll for that. If you're interested, you go through the instructions and finish the lab. Okay. The last session was in the next week. You have the complete live sessions. From after the next week, we are going to start that project mentoring session. So if you have any queries, you can go through it. Okay, the live session is going to be end till next week. Okay. So sorry for that. The mentor going to be, we are going to reply for that. Sorry. So sorry. So from here you will get the response in the Telegram. Don't worry. Okay. Just you need to follow the instructions. In the evening you need to work. That is the thing. Just we are suggesting that try to finish the labs as soon as possible. Then you can work on your remaining time. You can work on your project, guys. Okay. Don't worry, Praveen. I just already explained. Just go and watch that previous videos, and also we'll discuss that about getting a gig phase in this next week. Also, just we'll see that one more project using one more model from the gig phase as well as Gemini. I'm going to use. So in that session, I'll explain it clearly. Okay? If you want, you can go through the previous video, or else we'll discuss in the next session. Okay. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, we are going to assign the problem statement. Don't worry. You're going to get after getting the access from credentials. You will get the access of credentials for smart in. There you'll going to see that problem statement. You can select it. Yeah, don't worry. You'll get the certificate in time. Just don't worry. Okay. Just we need to talk with the team that about just as there is only 1 week left over. Just in the 1 week you are going to done. After that you will get the things of mentoring, project mentoring. We can go through it. Okay. Before going to the project, you need to finish that labs. So I'll finish as soon as possible. Yes. So after evaluation, then you get the certificate, sorry, certification, guys. Okay. So there is no course to complete in Smart Interns. Smart Interns is the portal there you can access everything like complete details about your evaluation phase and what are the steps you need to follow and everything. Who is your teammates? Everything is going to be in the Smart Interns. That is a portal for your access. Okay. Okay, don't worry. I will share by the next week. You'll get the credentials and you can work on your project. So when you finish that by the end, this is the 25th. This internship is going to be end. So if you finish in time, then we'll start evaluation and we'll provide the certification. Okay. So we will let you know while providing certification. We'll inform you. Okay. Don't no need to use any mail. Just what are the mail you used for that internship till now. Just check that mails. You'll get the credits credentials for that mail. Okay. Don't worry, it is like you'll understand. So what are the till we discuss? Just we discuss about the problem statements, right? It's like yesterday session we have seen that about chatbot building. So in that way, just you are going to build different. Like one is going to build chatbot, other one is going to build other means like use cases. So you'll combine that. You'll make a one application that is project is going to work with that. Okay. Yeah, it's a mandatory that you need to maintain at least 75%. No, you need to attend. If you are they are done, just leave till there. They need to attend remaining sessions. It's a mandate. Okay. So try to form your team, guys. Okay, be regular with your team. So then, when you'll get the credentials, what you need to do is there you are going to have the options project. Click on the you need to click on the project. There they will ask the mails of your friends. Okay, so you need to who is the team lead. They need to access that Smart Intents portal. you will get the smart intense credentials. So when you get, just you will have the project option, click on the project option, then you can update there. You need to update your team members mails, okay? And after the updating, it will ask that problem statement, everything it will ask, you need to submit slowly. Then it will provide the problem there, and you will according to that you need to work and submit. And just when you click on the submit, then that the information is going to update it to your teammates also. This is how it is going to happen in smart intense portal. So you will get to know, okay, while working. Yeah, what happened? So, guys, if you're facing with the issue with that working configuration, that was issue from Google side, you need to mail them. Okay, so we'll get the response. Don't worry, Vivek. If you're working with the solo, it's not the thing. You can work on it. Varshni already said that what you are doing. Just I'm just explaining from the past. That is the thing. You need not to do anything in Smart Intense. There is no courses in Smart Intense. That is a platform where you can access the things about your project. Okay, you will get to know while using that. Okay, don't worry. I have been just explaining about that. Okay, guys. Do you have any? What type of doubts you have? Can you just let me know what type of doubts you are facing that about? I didn't get that. Many people have doubts. So I didn't get that. You have doubts about what type of doubts I need to write that I didn't get. We'll share the link. No, you need to fill that form if you're attending from the YouTube. Okay. You'll get to know, guys, after getting the credentials as not interns, you can start working on the projects. When you finish that clouds advanced and intermediate, then you can start your project. Yeah, you are going to get the details of credentials. No, so there you need to, from there you can work on your project, guys. Based on that, last date is till 25th. You can submit. Okay. Yeah, team will provide you the credentials of smart. You'll get the credentials to your link, and then using that email, through your mail, you will get the credentials. So using that credentials, you can log in. Okay, in Telegram, okay, don't worry. That these simple things I already explained with n number of times. Okay, I'm just repeating that. Okay, I'll just make the things clear, and I'll just you finish that four labs, and you need to finish the project. I'll just ping that in Telegram group. Okay, don't worry. What just finish the course, you'll get the badges. So using that badges, you'll evaluation is going to be done. We are going to do the evaluation. Okay, guys. Thank you for your time. Just will, if you have any queries, just post it, and I hope that all queries are resolved. So if you have any queries, just ping in Telegram. We are here to resolve that queries. Don't worry. Feel free. Just which one? Okay, you can attend through YouTube. It's fine, but you need to fill that attendance sheet. Okay, we'll share the attendance sheet. Just fill the form. So your application that we'll share one Google form. There you need to share your Credly link, which is going to store complete badges in your Credly. So that you need to share. Then we are going to see that have you finished your that labs or not. That is the thing. Prince has said that as the thing you need to follow and finish the project. Then you will get the complete all certifications. Okay? FSP is nothing but Future Skills Prime Portal. There you need to enroll for STEM course, which I has already shared link, right? So try to go with that and that's it. I just explained, Varma, what you're doing. I already said that it is going to have Credly link. So you need to, we'll share the, there you need to fill the form. Then you're going to get to know that you're working or you're done with the badges or not. Based on the badges, you're going to get the certificate. Am I clear? Yes, it's mandatory. I'm just have been explaining that from since past 1 week, right? Okay, guys. So we'll discuss. If you have any queries, we'll meet in the next Telegram. So if you have an issue, just post it in Telegram. We'll reply there. Don't worry. So I'll meet it in the next session. Have a nice day. So you can leave your any queries, you can, or else you can leave the session. Yes, you need to. Thank you everyone. Just will meet in the next session, guys.